Hi, class. I want to talk really briefly about developing your proposal idea. So, this is the first step when beginning the grant writing process. And so, by now, hopefully, you guys have started thinking about what you want to write. And so these are just some things to consider when you are developing your idea. You want to make sure that you understand the funder's priorities, the geographical focus, the issues area. And even though I've given you a foundation to write to, you still want to understand these things because those things should inform the information that you include in your proposal. When you begin writing your proposal, begin with the end in mind. So how much do you want to request and why? When you're thinking about your budget, you want to be very intentional about your budgetary items. And sometimes we may think in terms of, just kind of putting fluff in there to meet a dollar amount, but you don't want to do that. You want to be very intentional about that. And then also when you begin with the end in mind, what is your ultimate objective? What is your ultimate goal? When preparing a proposal, most grant writers start with the planning section. It's like the problem statement, goals, and objectives. But one way you may want to start is just maybe begin with a bulleted list, just like you would when writing a paper, and just begin brainstorming ideas. And then think about, how much will it cost to fund these ideas? And for this assignment, your proposal that you're writing is $50,000 to $75,000. And so, what can you propose that will, cost that much? And if you're like, I don't have a clue, then, just kind of begin doing some research. Think about the background of the organization that you're writing the grant for, not to. So you want to make sure you're familiar with the Tribune based on what you've read online. But you also want to make sure that you're familiar with Moody Foundation based on what you read about them. And the reason why it's important to understand your audience, who you're writing to, is that should inform what you include in your proposal. It should help you make decisions about what to include and what not to include. So you want to write a clear, goal-oriented, thoughtful proposal. Things to think about: who will you serve? What do you want to do? Why are you doing it? How are you doing it? And how will you measure the success? And that last bulleted point is really important because a lot of funders want to know, you say you're going to do all these great things, but how do we know you did them? And how are you going to measure it? And then as a general guideline, keep in mind that when nonprofits are reading your proposal, they're looking at the problem, how the problem is being solved. Those are the goals and objectives. The ways you're going to solve them, how you're going to evaluate it in the budget. And so spend a lot of time on that. And then the other 30% is dedicated to the organizational background, proposal summary, and proposal submission. So really the nuts and bolts. What is the need? How am I meeting the need? How am I measuring or evaluating it? And how much is it going to cost? All right, so if you have any questions, let me know. We're just taking this thing step by step. And then so each week we are building until we get to our final product. So as always, let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later.